Hi everyone, welcome to another Greenleaf Terrain video. This time I have a short tutorial. Well, I don't know how short it'll be. I'm not going to do any editing. This is going to be what I'm going to do. I had a message on Facebook recently about painting foam, but I just thought, as I saw the picture, I would show how I do some carving of pink foam. So this is a method that you can use for building up brick walls, but for this project I am doing bases for my Greco-Roman ruins. So we're going to go from this to something like this. And so what you're going to need is a base. I have 1/8 inch MDF here. This is 1/2 inch foam, pink foam, insulation foam. You can get it at hardware stores. Some countries don't carry it because it's insulation foam, and yeah, you just insulate different in different countries or different areas. So I'm sorry about that if you can't find it easily. But yeah, in North America, at least, it's hardware stores. I use a square of some sort, X-Acto knives. I just changed the blades. A very important thing with cutting foam, you don't want to pull it, so you need to have sharp blades. If you don't have a sharpener or whatever, you need to change your blades often enough. If you are carving the foam board and not the pink foam, like the black or white foam board, I use a cutting mat. But if you want to not dull out your blades a lot when you're cutting foam board, if you place a piece of foam board down on top of the foam board, like a scrap piece while you're cutting, it'll dull your blade out less. So regardless, I'm kind of rambling on things. That's why we're going to do this. So I never really do tutorials. I apologize, but I don't like the formalness, so this is going to be my informal tutorials. Yeah, so we need a pencil, a pen. This is just a ballpoint pen from the dollar store, and then we can start doing this. So we're going to need to measure out and see what we're going to do here. So let's see. The rest of this project has these rectangular pillars. So if we it also has walls. So if we just make this into some type of corner, a corner will fit in there. And then we can figure out how big we want our base. So I kind of flip it over and just rough it out. It's as simple as that. And then I got something I'm going to work with. So this is going to be my wall, and this is just going to be my edge. This is just an extra piece I'm doing for this client, just because I thought I would do a quick tutorial. So we're on frame here. We're just going to use our square, and I'm not running the blade deep, just shallow cuts running along the, I missed the edge there. It's okay if you don't do it perfect every time. Everything will fix up in the end. You can, if you want very precise bricks, obviously you can spend the time to measure everything out and put a little tick here, and a tick there, and a tick there, and do all your straight lines. But my Roman ruins that I do have irregular brick pattern on the floors, so that's what I'm doing. But again, this same method can be applied to doing walls. This could stand straight up, but it's a floor. So I got my, yeah, you can see my lines in there. So then I just freehand the rest of this. Start one side, and I like to not do up this way. I don't know, for some reason I just like to, just because then you can see where your lines are, and you can put your vertical lines down, making bricks. You can make small ones and larger ones. It doesn't really matter. Just something irregular, and you don't want your lines to line up because then you're not making bricks, obviously. And so it's just a matter of following this all the way down to the end. That's good. So then we got our brick pattern, and take our pen and you run them along both ways. And then you run them along all the, I guess they're the vertical ones. I only go really one way with these vertical ones. It's the longer strips that kind of do it weird when you only go one way. So it's just a matter of going down the depth of the ballpoint pen and you get your angle. If you do things like this, little pulls, and if you want it perfect, you pay more attention. I've obviously been going fast. That doesn't matter because these guys are all chewed up. So how do we chew it up? This is a rock that I found on the canal here in Welland a couple of years ago now. So this is the rock. Actually, this rock's actually perfect. Perfect hold, and then it's got a little gouger, and then it's got a nice very uneven for you can roll it, so you can find something. I don't know how I found the perfect rock. I had several of them. I got rid of the other ones though because this one was so good. Anyways, oh yeah, before the rock though, first thing you can do is you can take your pencil. Why did I? Oh yeah, that's why I had the pencil. Yeah, for this. And we can push in some of these guys. You want to work around the corners so you don't leave any pencil marks. The back of the pencil, the eraser, is good for some of the smaller ones. We kind of have larger ones in this piece though, so it's easier to just push them down with your thumb. So if you were doing this as a wall, you could come in with your smaller X-Acto and you could really precisely cut this all the way, and you could push them through, or push them through a little bit, and so we could, that's how people make it for it's coming out the one side, but as this is a floor, it's sitting all on the bottom here. So we can push a couple more of these. And they'll stay down enough you can kind of lock them in. Sorry if I think I'm staying on camera. Yeah, so you can kind of lock them into place. And then you see there, these are different levels. So then we can take my X-Acto. And this is too clean of a cut. So this isn't long enough. Take my blade, and I'm pulling towards myself, but I'm not doing it, like I'm not trying to shear this thing, so that's, you never want to really pull towards yourself, but as I'm just it's kind of like peeling an apple, how you would peel an apple. Be careful. But I don't really put the blade anywhere near myself. The blade kind of just goes in, and I do more of like a tearing action, so I never really, the blade might look close to me, but it's not. So you always want to be careful, especially since I changed this blade not too long ago, so it's very sharp. And I forget every so often, so I'll cut myself every so often. It is not fun to cut yourself with an X-Acto. Cutting yourself with something dull is not good, but cutting yourself with something sharp, ugh, yeah. happens real fast and it doesn't feel very good. So do something like that. And you can keep these scraps if they're good. Like, I don't really count any of these as good because they're all kind of like angled. From my pile of doing all of my other ones, I have these type of ones. So more like square bricks, like they would actually fall off. So these kind of guys are just gonna go into the trash. In the trash. And I like to keep a clean workspace. So now, trusty old canal rock. Just we're gonna roll them around. And he gives a really nice texture. Get that texture in there. And then you can kind of come around here. And that's where this little gouging guy is. So good. So good. Yeah. Just kind of make things look a little bit more natural here instead of the X-Acto. You can also, if you have a gouger, you can gouge guys out. I swear this rock's so good. It's the most random tool. It was free, and it's great. You can just kind of run it along too, and pull out little. You can see I'm running it along, and it's just kind of catching where the corners are and pulling out little bits. But then, with that, you can look at it and see a little bit more. You can give it a little bit more texture. With this guy, I'm just kind of doing it a little bit harder now. It'll crack some of the bricks. There. So, that's what we got going on. And you just want to be careful if this is a wall. You can see. You can see. It's bowing out a little bit. So I just did that last stage where I was really hard. You might not want to do that if you're making walls. It's hard to keep them. Well, once you built it all up, that one bow will come out. And if you actually glue it down, you can get rid of it pretty easily. I also use, just show this now. This is PL300 construction adhesive for foam board. It works really good. So we just need a little bit. And I have a pile of stickies. So you can use anything to do this. And you don't necessarily need PL300. You can kind of lay it down with other stuff. Normal white glue will work, but you'll need to wait longer for it to dry. And white glue is water-based, so it might pull up on you. Yeah. So that's why I use glue that's made for it. Stick that on that. And then we still need to put, make sure, space for our wall to still go in there. Press it all down in all the spots. Some of this is leaking through. Anything that's coming off like that, we can just pull off now. Nice and down. And then we'll just use some of the other ones I already made, and we'll put some weight on it. We've got a cup of water. So, I should show you this first. This is what we got going on. So that could be a wall, but that's carving, I guess, irregular brick foam, or irregular brick pattern in pink foam. But yeah, weigh that down. Thanks for watching. I apologize for being informal, but this is how I'm going to do tutorials. Yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and if you're interested in some custom terrain, you can email me at greenleafterrain@gmail.com. I'll get back to you with a quote. Thanks for watching. I think I said that already. Happy wargaming.